is Faith Tutu, formerly Faith Okpe. I am the founder and the CEO of L Impression Fashion Shoes. I am a footwear designer. L Impression started as a simple dream I had in my 200 level in the university. I was in Kogi State University, Ayingba, now Prince Audu Abubakar University, Ayingba, Kogi State, and I had always been a crafts person. So at that time, I had learned how to make bags and clutch bags, purses from Ankara fabrics. So I was making a bag one day, and my roommate then, Joy, she said, Faith, what if we had a shoe that was exactly like this bag? Not same color, but same material. And then we laughed it off and we're like, well, there are no people around here who make shoes. If we had, I would have just given them materials. Whilst I make the bag, they make the shoes. And we just laughed it off and it passed. But that was what sparked the fire for me. After some days, I just thought to myself, well, it's true. We could actually make shoes to match with these purses. And that was how it started. I started looking for where to learn shoemaking. I looked around, there was no place I could learn. So somehow one day I was going to lecture and I stumbled on roadside cobblers on campus who used to fix shoes for students once they have issues, they need repairs. And then from their little knowledge of repair, they could make some things. So I attached myself to that man, and I started learning how to fix shoes. I learned how to stitch round and all of those. In my spare time after lecture, I would go there, and that was how I did it. So whilst I was there, that was when L Impression's vision became clear. That was when the vision was really better. Now one day, I just thought to myself that, wait, this thing I'm learning like joke, it can become something bigger, something better. And I was like, brands like Gucci, Versace, Dior, all those big brands, designer brands we are crazy about from Italy. We don't have anything like that in Nigeria that you look at, and when you think about that brand, you know that this is class, this is durability. When you get something from these people, it is good, you are proud of it, you know. We didn't have anything like that, just small businesses around the corner and on and all. So I was like, well, I'm going to build one. That was what I said to myself then. So the next target was I needed to learn how to make shoes, real things, not what I was doing in that corner. And so I started making my findings. I went online, I read about the history of Gucci, how they started, different things. I browsed places I could learn footwear. The options I had was Milan, Italy. When I checked everything, it was capital intensive. The cost was too much for me. So I asked myself, around my environment, what can I do now? Since I can't reach this particular goal, what is within my reach that I can get to right now? So I started asking my Igbo friends, if I go to Onitsha to learn footwear, what would it entail? And all my Igbo friends told me, if you want to learn how to make shoes, please go to Aba. At the end of the day, the next question was how to get to Aba. Because at this time I was already in 300 level in the university. And after school, I didn't know what to do. What will I tell my father? That they will allow me pack my bags, go to Abia State, and go and stay in Aba, that I'm learning how to make shoes. So I knew NYC was my best bet. So from 300 level, I started praying to God that my NYC should be in Aba, because this is my designer brand, I must build it. So I started praying about it. I prayed earnestly about it. Then by 2015 December, I had graduated. I was in a public university, government university, so Nigerian factor. I didn't go to service in 2016. It was January 2017 that I went with batch B stream 2. Stream 1 went November 2016. I went January 2017 for NYSC. And as God will have it, when my posting came, I was posted to Abia State from camp. When we were posted to our PPA, my PPA was Osisioma. Osisioma is a place in Aba, and it was like, God, you have done everything good. And so I got there immediately. I had asked questions, so before I got to Aba, I already knew where to go to. In fact, I knew down to where to enter a vehicle to those places. So I was not asking any question. I just found all the landmarks. If you get to this place, go to this place. So I boarded a vehicle. I went straight to the shoemaking hub in Aba, and when I got there that day, I saw shoes everywhere. At that time that I didn't know how to make, everything that I was seeing was very amazing. It was looking like out of this world. So, but then I got to that market that day, and I found a way to enroll with a shoe master that I stayed under him for a year and a few months. Like my NYC, the whole of my NYC year, I was shuffling between his workshop and my youth service. So I stayed with him. After NYC, I was still with him. So by the time I was done with him and I had some basic knowledge, and I realized that those things that were fascinating me that time I came were not actually fascinating. Virtually everybody around me was doing the same thing. What do I do? What do I do? As God will have it, before my NYC ended, I stumbled into another person who had served in Aba, but is from Benue State and had stayed back after his NYC and was running his shoemaking business. And I say, yes, this is what I want. This is what I need to build what I want to build. And then I attached myself to that person again for another 1 year. So I just took advantage of everything around me, every place I could get information from, and learned. L Impression is an indigenous footwear brand in Nigeria that prides herself in the production of top quality premium footwear. We're building a brand from here in Nigeria that every Nigerian can be proud of, the same way we are proud of those Italian brands, because those people, as far as I'm concerned, do not have two heads. We work with the best leather, the best materials for sew, the best glue, so that you don't walk from here to here and your shoe just snaps. We want something that you can be proud of, and it is made here at home. So we do custom made designs. We have our own collections that we release, people buy from them, but then sometimes we take your own design and bring it up, because sometimes people are very creative. They have something in their mind, but then they don't know how to make these things. So sometimes some people just communicate certain things to us, and we try to sketch, bring it out for them, and they use it. Then another need we meet is there are people who have special footwear needs, like in terms of sizing. Some persons have small size, some are of big feet, so they keep going around looking for what will fit their foot or their feet, and they cannot find. Sometimes they end up wearing things that they don't necessarily like, but because that is all they can find in their size. And so we've preferred a solution that thought that whether you're wearing size 25 as an adult, whether it's size 20, whether it's size 50 or 60, we have developed ourselves in such a way that we can take your measurements if you have unique issues, and then build your shoes to fit you, so that you too can wear what you like and feel good. You see a design that is fine, you like it, we can replicate it for you in your size, no matter your size. When we have a client that needs special attention, maybe we need to take their measurement because their foot is too narrow or too long. Those kind of people that hardly find their sizes sometimes, or you are not sure of your size and want to determine it for you, you just do this. We have a video online that people who are far from us can follow the steps to send us their measurement too. But once while we two, you're in our workshop, stand straight, pull your weight forward, don't move your leg, press your leg down. Then just take their measurement like this. Hope your leg is touching the wall. Where is it? It's okay. So this is a shoe last with a pump pattern, high heel pump pattern for women. What this is on this masking tape, I had sketched out this design on the last. So after sketching, I built a prototype. This is the prototype to test if the pattern I had sketched out is correct. And then when you do that, you now try to run the design. In the process of doing that, you will notice all the possible errors with the pattern and the entire design, all possible challenges you encounter. After you have done with that prototype and you have identified all the possible errors, you will now correct them and then run straight with the design. That way you produce designs effortlessly. Let me talk about one challenge I want to talk about is the issue of visibility. Visibility. Yeah, I think I need to be more known. I know this will come with time, but yes, for now, that is where I am. Visibility for me is still a challenge. I need to be more known. Then another challenge I have is power supply. Nigeria needs to do better with electricity. It's a serious matter. It breaks my heart each time I need to turn on my generator, and the cost of fuel is not easy. So these little things, they increase production costs, right? So my highs and lows since I started this business so far, you know, being a woman, some persons would just look at you and like, do you even have strength? What can a woman do? You know, they just look at you and just feel you really can't do much. So they feel it's a man's trade, and people just tend to just look down on me at first glance until they see my finished product, and then they're like, "What? Are you serious?" And then someone hears that. When someone meets me and it's like, "She's a shoemaker," the first thing is usually a look of disdain, like, shoemaker. At the end of the day, when they now go to check me up online or see my product physically, you know, they now begin to cut cap for you, that kind of stuff, you know. So I've come to realize that, okay, another low for me is people, like when I started, I was afraid of Nigerians and their perception of how they will perceive my brand as a made in Nigerian brand, because we have an unsatiable desire for all things foreign in this country. Everybody wants to buy something foreign. So I was quite skeptical, but being that I took the bull by the horn and I started, I have realized that quality speaks for itself. Quality speaks for itself. So once they see the quality of work you are doing, you don't even need to, people who know it and appreciate it and have the money to buy it, you don't need to drag with them too much before they buy it. They just pay you for it. And so far, my greatest support has come from the male folks. The men have been my high. They have done so well. So they patronize me more, and they have really shown me so much support. Okay, at the phase that we are now, I can boldly look back and say that God has helped us as a brand. God has helped me as the vision carrier, right? I can boldly say that we've been helped of God. But for where we are right now, the next thing for us right now is expansion. I'm looking to grow this business. Right now, our store is online. We produce right here in our workshop. We display on Instagram, on our website, and then people reach out to us and make purchase. We're looking to the next phase now. We'll have a showroom where people can walk in, a walk-in store, a fine walk-in store. People can walk in, shop and go. Then also I would want to build our own tannery here in Nigeria. So I believe that by the time we are able to build a tannery, have a massive space where our workshop is running, the tannery is running by the side, we produce our own leather. We'll also be helping the Nigerian leather market, because being in the industry, I know what the need of shoemakers and bag makers are as it regards to quality leather. As regards quality leather, I know what our needs are. So with my own experience, we could do something that will be able to serve the populace with in Nigeria and even in Africa. Then apart from that, I don't know where this video will go to, but I would really like for my next phase a one-on-one mentorship with people like Tony Elumelu, Ibuku Aoshika, and Folorunsho Alakija. These three people are my icon in the Nigerian entrepreneurial space. I respect those women and I respect Mr. Tony Elumelu so much. And my advice to young people, or just any entrepreneur or intended entrepreneur that is watching this video or watch this video in future, is that whatever your vision is, go for it. Go for it against all odds. I can't say everything that I went through to get an impression to where it is, or to even be able to train to be able to make footwears today. I will not be able to say everything in these videos, but what I'm trying to say is that whatever your vision is, go for it. There will be challenges, there will be obstacles, but ensure that the weight of your vision, the weight of your dream is so much that it propels you against obstacles. It's your dream is so weighty that irrespective of the challenges coming at you, your dream is so strong that it still pushes you. I don't know how to put it. It still pushes you against the tide. Let your dream be big enough. Let it be weighty enough. Be passionate about it enough. If you have that, every other challenge that comes your way is just, let me just say, it will just be, there will just be food to feed on. If your vision is big enough, if it has weight enough, nothing will stop you from fulfilling them. In fact, you literally will not see it. I remember when I was in Abia training in that place with my first tutor. I was doing the regular Igbo people's nwa boy kind of stuff they do. I was a graduate. People were insulting me. His boys there who didn't go to school, you know, many of them are from very humble background. Their parents never afford to send them to school. They were there learning how to make shoes. They were insulting me. Say, Copper, you go school finish, come here, come they learn shoe. So what's the difference between we and you? And I'll tell them, when I'm done learning, you know the difference between both of us. And you know, those things were highly insulting. When I think back at some of the sarcastic statements people used to come to make to me in the shop that time, I used to be like, how did I not get discouraged? How did I not quit? I was hearing them, but I literally did not hear them. Because my vision was bigger. What I was seeing ahead of me was bigger than the side talks and everything that was flying. People will come and meet me and say, Copper, you dey learn how to make shoe. Now poverty, I was able to go to school, but you know, those things were a lot of discouraging and insulting things happened to me right there that I saw but did not see, because I was seeing something bigger and better. So whatever it is you are pursuing, whatever it is, even when people are laughing at you, of course when I started it didn't make sense. Today is making sense to people that were jeering at me then. The naysayers will come and applaud you in a few years time if you can keep at it. So whatever it is, no matter how insignificant it looks in someone else's eyes, it didn't make sense to anybody when I said I wanted to make sure. It was like, you finish school, finish. you want to learn shoe, you want to make shoes. Today the story is different. A lot of those people are looking at me with admiration. Some of them are asking me, how did you do it? That's how the story always turns out when you focus and build your vision. So push it, focus, run after your vision, run, 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 run. Let your vision be in front of you and keep running with it. Whatever that thing is, whether, I don't know whether it's plantain chips, you are thinking about a particular way that it can be presented, go ahead. Go ahead, no matter how small and insignificant that thing looks like. Push it. Push it with all your power. Everything will align. God has a way of orchestrating things in your favor when you truly are passionate. You truly are serious and ready for what you want to do. If, as a young person, you want to go into a business or do something meaningful and purposeful with your life, let me tell you this for free. Marry right. Marry right. Marry somebody that from the word go, from the onset, wants to see you succeed. Somebody that sees your vision, understands your vision, and especially as a woman, marry a man that is comfortable in his own skin enough to allow you shine as bright as you want to shine. To allow you make money as much as you want to make, and it's not a problem, and is willing to support you. The same thing with the male folks, as much as possible. If you really want to have a life that counts for anything, either in business, in whatever field at all, your career, anything at all, in all that marrying, marry right. So you can reach L Impression and shop from us on Instagram at L_impression on Instagram, or at your shoe girl, your_shoe girl. Then on Facebook, you can also chat us up at L Impression. Our Facebook page is L Impression. You can reach us there. Then you can come to our factory, our physical store at number 38 Ajip Road, Port Harcourt, Nigeria. And so from our Instagram, you should be able to link up to our website and even to our WhatsApp, and you place your order from anywhere in the world, and we'll send it to you.